Start.
Hey guys, what's up? Shadolance back for another episode of Shadolance's Tactics. Today we are doing Dredge. Now, I'm only going to cover half of this map because, as many of you know, it is a perfectly symmetrical map. There's no reason for me to cover both sides at once. And I gotta say, right off the bat, I like this map a lot, so I know a fair bit about it. But there's not a lot that's really tactical about this map. That's one reason that I do kind of like this map sometimes, but I don't play it a lot. You'll see it in some of my gameplays, but you won't see it a ton. It's not the most tactical map in the world, so this is going to be a fairly short tactics video compared to my usual, like, 10 to 15 minute videos. So, without any further ado, let's dive in. First of all, the spawn. This is the most, like, completely bland spawn in the game. I really can't say that any other way. This is just a completely open room with water. There's not really a lot to say about it. It's pretty open. You're kind of screwed if someone tries to come in and base rape, but so are they, so I mean, it's kind of a two-way thing. The only thing's notable about right here is that it's a great spot if you're trying to out-spawn camp someone. This is a great spot to camp, snipe people that walk by, hit people going that way, and it's a good spot to camp if you're in an Elim pro game. Usually you want to get up right on this little ledge right here and hit people coming up right here. You can jump while you're in scope and hit people down the hallway there. It is plenty of spots to hit them. If you miss them, then you probably should be using sniper rifles. You can do the same thing on this side, shooting into the base, but I highly do not suggest that, actually, because if you're spawning this way, everyone's moving in this direction. They're going that way, they're going this way, they're going to see you, whereas if you're standing right here, the only way someone would see you is if they deliberately turned around to walk up this, which is even less likely because you'd have to turn right back around this way. So, unlikely that's going to happen, and obviously that's true in both bases. Now, I'm going to come up here first, and this is one of the most controversial areas in the entire game because there's a lot of crap that goes on here that people don't like. It's really easy to spawn camp from right here, stand right here and just hit people walking up to you, because actually this spawn is so long that by the time they walk down from these spawns all the way over here, chances are most of their spawn shield's going to be gone, or it's very easy to hit them. Now, one thing you will find is that specs love this, and so do LAW users and dual users. This is the #1 area to get kills on that, pretty much in the entire game. Like, if you're going to use duals and laws and specs, this is the place to do it. You put hornets and mines and a ton of crap right here, and you're almost guaranteed kills. The only thing that I would recommend is that if you're going to do that, don't place them too close, because you can see them from underneath. If you notice, look at how thin the ground is here. This is really thin, and mines, similar to in Kill Creek on the stairs, will go right through, and you can see them in the ceiling. It's very easy to avoid them then. Even then, you'd want to go up on the side and come over here and then avoid them that way. So, if you're going to do that, I highly suggest you place them a little bit further back, because if you watch me, I'm going to just run up the stairs at maximum speed, and I still hit them. You usually land somewhere just beyond these lights right here, so you would want to put your mines around where these lights are. So that's a good spot to put mines. If you're doing hornets, do them about right here and right here, because that gives them time that even if they come up on the side, they're still going to be hit by it, and they can't really drop back down in time. Also, right here is another good spot for hornets. And if you're going to do mines, remember the whole diagonal trick that I taught you in Kill Creek. Do it here, here, and here. Now, it's all nice that you have a ledge right here to help hide the little specks that come out of the ground, but you would want to do it right there in that pattern. And if you're doing it here, do it in this pattern. And obviously, if you're trying to protect your base, kind of do it straight line here. It's a little bit easier to come around the corner and get hit by that because you're coming around so fast and trying to hit people there, and they usually aren't watching their feet when they come around that corner. Now, actually, it looks like Tanner Pro, who's once again with me on his ult, has already destroyed this for me. There is normally a big wall right here. It's already been blown to pieces, but normally it protects you in this way. I usually suggest that you would want to blow it out on the other person's side, not your side. Try to protect yours as long as you can. If you're on an E-Pro game, definitely try to protect yours as long as you can. It's a great strategical area, and never be around it when it's actually breaking, because it can actually kill you. You'll see in a couple of my Dredge videos that I will actually do that. And so yeah, there's that. I'm going to talk about this hallway a little bit. It's one of my favorite places to snipe, and it's probably one of the biggest camping spots in this entire map. Usually the strategy is pretty simple. You just want to get down here and snipe people coming up there. It's very easy to peek behind this box and hit people. Very, very simple. Now, this room isn't really that useful, to be honest. It's really great for camping spawns. One of my favorite ways to do it is to get on the opposite corner over here. Now, I actually believe the other spawn doesn't have this box. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't really remember that. Just hide in the corner here and snipe people that walk by. Most people are either just going to come running out of down here, and I don't believe you can hit that very easily from here. Yeah, you don't have a lot of leeway to hit that before they get into that room over there, so you better have a pretty fast eye, since you should normally be aiming up here. Most people don't tend to utilize that. Well, it looks like you actually can hit there. It's not something I usually utilize in my gameplay on this map. I usually aim over here, so unless you have a very fast finger, just keep a close eye on that. Now, this switch here opens this door down here. I think most of you should know that by now. Not really a great spot, but if you are spawn rape camping right here, you want to be on this side right here coming out, because they're less likely to see you. I will demonstrate that now. This is also a great spot for mines, by the way, putting them here and then putting them around this corner here. You want to make it so it's out of the line of sight of this. So if you're right here, that's where your mine goes, right there. And then you put another one here, or if you really wanted to, you could put one right there, but that's less likely to be hit. And if you put one there, then they're going to know that there are more mines here, so you might want to be very careful about that. The idea is that when they're running around this corner, you want to hit them with mines right here before they have a chance to react. Now, right here, if you notice me running out of here, the only part of my screen coming straight out of here is the very far side here, which means you have to turn all the way over there to hit people, and by then, if you have a good sniper, you're already dead. So anyone who's a good hardscoper can vouch for that. Or you can hide in the corner over here and just aim like that. But then you're a little more open to up there, and someone who's coming out is going to see you a lot easier than if you're hiding behind boxes or something in the corner over there. And also, if you notice, it's kind of a darker corner, so it's a little harder to see you. So anyone who's coming around here, usually you're going to try to make way for either over here to open the door up, or to camp right here, and then you're easy picking for over here. So that's true as well. I'm going to go ahead, and also a great spot to hide with double barrel, by the way, is right here. You can hit people coming out down here and right there. Just something I'd like to point out. If you're a double barrel user, that's the place to do it. Now right here is really big for nades. You need to be very, very careful with nades right here. Usually the strategy I would like to use for this is that you want to have a lot of nades, and you would want to drop one right here, run around here, drop a nade here, because anyone who's going to try to run through that is going to follow you here. Drop the nade behind this wall here, so that by the time they do that, even if I'm walking, so a normal character's running speed, they would still be hit by that grenade. It's still a great way to get hit. If you're going to use mines, put them here, here, and here, if you're trying to kill people on this side, if you're spawn camping. Otherwise, place them here, here, and here diagonally, so they can't see them as well. They walk around this corner, boom, mines. If you're trying to obviously defend that area, places you want to put mines are here, here, and here. Put them in a straight line here, because if they come up this way, chances are they're going to be running diagonal to here to camp right here, which means they might miss your mines. But otherwise, if you put them here, they're a little bit harder to see against the dark ground, still get hit by mines, boom. And of course, they're going uphill, so the explosion will still hit them. Now, if you're camping right here, your sniper, just crouch this right here. I don't think I need to explain this too much, but you can hit people behind the box very well right there, which is also another great spot to camp on this base. Now, you also have to be careful, because obviously if you're camping right here, you're completely open to the entire base right here. It's a map where you really have to watch your back a lot. Now, one of my favorite places to do this, and I know a lot of clans ban this, but I do want to make you aware of it, is that if you run up here, you can grab your sniper, and then you can get on this little ledge right here in the box, and camp this right here. Now, a lot of clans will ban that, and if you're trying to rush this side of the base, you can do the exact same thing on the other side, so it's kind of fair. Both sides can do it, and it's very easy to hop up over the box. And actually, if you're going to camp this side, I suggest you don't jump over the box. You drop down here and hit sideways, because once again, if you're peeking on your left side, you will see less of your body, which is good. And that's also true down there. Now, there are normally boxes up here. It looks like Tanner's already destroyed them for us, but they're normally boxes scattered throughout this whole thing here. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them like that. So keep that in mind. Now, also, this is one of the reasons this is a very law-heavy map. You can fire RPGs all the way down there. One of my favorite strategies for this map, if I'm just screwing around, is to get an RPG, my Autumn Law, and then an LAW regular, and then just launch them all down this corridor, and, you know, that's a thing. Which is another reason you may not want to put mines here on your own team. You might want to do it on the other team if you're able to, but it makes a really great way for you to get killed if you're not too careful, so be very careful about that. Another thing I like to point out is that a lot of people will just chuck nades down this hallway. If you have the nade chucking ability, you can chuck them all the way from this end to this end, but otherwise you have to be equal with these boxes to get it all the way down there until someone comes around the corner. Please look where that is. It blew up right on that grate. So to get it all the way down here, right on this thing, you would have to be equal with the boxes, so just keep that in mind. Otherwise, you will need the nade chucking ability. I believe it's called pitcher. So that's that. And obviously, this is where a lot of sniper battles are held. Usually, I try to avoid these, because usually the guy camping behind the box is going to win. But if there's no one there, this is a great spot to camp. Obviously, peek on the left side. Do not peek on this side. Not only are you closer to them and easier for them to find, you can get close to these boxes, snipe people there, and then hide behind the boxes if someone comes around this way, if you have the chance to survive that, which is very rare, but, you know, it's a thing. So, and then on this side, there's a lot of other little trinkets. I mean, there's some little minor changes, because the map can't be perfectly symmetrical and make sense. Just little things like here, yeah, there's a blue canister instead of 2 boxes, and that's a little more open, but that's, you know, it's a thing. Another place you might actually consider camping, if you are an exceptionally good hardscoper, is to camp right here. This is one of my favorite things to do, but I'm actually quite bad at it, so I don't usually do it in my videos. But if you camp right here, you're very well protected. If I'm crouching right here, my head is below this thing, as you can obviously see when I'm sniping. My head's below that, so if you're right here, imagine someone's head being just below that. You would barely be able to hit them, and they have quite a bit of cover. So, I mean, unless you're a particularly good quick scoper and have good enough reactions to hit someone doing that, you're kind of screwed. Once again, you have the double barrel area right here as well. One of my favorite things that I did in my double barrel Confederate review is to actually come right here and hit people in this tunnel. So if you watch my Confederate double barrel review, you will get to see a little bit of that. But that pretty much sums up the entire map. There's not a whole lot about this map. It's a pretty generic, very symmetrical map, kind of boring map even. But there's a lot of little things you can figure out about just about any map in the game, whether it's hiding on little corners like this or just stuff in general. There's a lot of stuff you can find out about maps just playing on your own, so I highly suggest to explore these maps once again on your own free time. But thank you for watching this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Shadolance out.